The first crack in my life came in the form of a text message that wasn't meant for me. I was standing in the kitchen, phone buzzing on the counter, when her name lit up the screen. Did you tell her yet? I can't keep hiding. My wife's phone. Not mine. I stared at it longer than I should have, long enough for my heart to start pounding for reasons I refused to name. I told myself there had to be an explanation. There always is, until there isn't. For weeks before that, I'd been living in a fog of missed calls and excuses. My wife, Lena, used to answer on the first ring. Now it went to voicemail. She started sleeping on the edge of the bed, phone face down, flinching whenever it vibrated. When I asked, she said work was stressful. I believed her because believing was easier than the alternative. And because I was hiding something too. Her name was Mara. I met her through work, late nights, shared complaints, laughter that went on a little too long. I told myself it wasn't real. That it didn't threaten my marriage. That I deserved a distraction. Lies are flexible like that. They stretch to fit whatever shape you need. The night Lena found out, she didn't scream. She stood in the doorway of our bedroom, holding her phone, hands shaking so hard I could hear it. How long? She asked. I tried to minimize it. Tried to explain. Tried to make it sound smaller than it was. But betrayal doesn't shrink when you describe it. It grows. I want to hear it from her, Lena said quietly. I want to look her in the eye. I should have stopped it there. I should have chosen mercy. Instead, I let my fear drive. When Lena confronted Mara, it was ugly. Not dramatic, raw. Accusations, tears, words that cut deeper than shouting ever could. Mara cried. Lena didn't. She looked hollow, like something vital had already drained out of her. On the drive home, Lena said she was done. That she was leaving. That she'd tell everyone what I'd done. Panic does terrible things to a person. It makes you believe that control is the same as survival. The argument escalated. Words turned sharp. When she tried to get out of the car, I grabbed her arm. She pulled back. She fell. I heard the sound before I understood it. The dull, sick crack of bone meeting concrete. She screamed. I froze. Everything after that feels like watching myself from a distance. I didn't take her to the hospital. I told myself I couldn't. That it would ruin everything. I wrapped her leg, put her in the back of the car, drove to an old warehouse my family owned and never used anymore. I locked the door. I told myself it was temporary. That once she calmed down, once I figured things out, I'd fix it. But time doesn't stop just because you're afraid. Days passed. Lena cried, begged, went quiet. I brought food, water. I avoided her eyes. Every visit chipped something away inside me, but not enough to make me stop. What I didn't know, what I never saw coming, was that Lena hadn't been as helpless as I thought. On the third night, I noticed her phone was gone. The warehouse had one weak signal spot. I'd underestimated her. While I was busy protecting my lies, she was planning her escape. When the police lights flooded the building, it felt unreal, like a dream where you can't run fast enough. They found her pale, injured, but alive. Her eyes met mine once as they carried her out. There was no anger in them, just clarity. That look will haunt me longer than prison ever could. In court, I heard everything read out loud. My excuses sounded hollow. My justifications cruel. Mara testified too, her voice trembling as she described the man she thought she knew. I lost my wife. I lost my freedom. I lost the version of myself I pretended to be. Now, sitting alone with nothing but time, I replay the small moments, the dinners I skipped, the lies I practiced, the fear that ruled me. Betrayal didn't start the night Lena found out. It started the first time I chose myself over her. The thing about control is that it never saves you. It only reveals who you really are. Lena survived. She rebuilt. I heard she walks with a slight limp now, but she walks forward, without me. And that's the ending I earned.